questions I had for this episode, the more they start answering themselves. I guess it's because I had to really look at it through a different point of view. I'm like, why did this happen? What's the point of that? Does that really happen? And then I had to think about it for a second and say, like, well, I guess it does. Or else there'll be so many messed up people in the world. This episode, once again, about Hanajima, but this time more in her backstory. And it's rather depressing. First, yes, some of it is very far-fetched of how the stuff is happening, but then yet again, you'll be surprised how evil those snot-nosed brats can be. Like, my goodness, children can be evil. I'm like, you think about them adults and stuff like that? No, them kids will do some mean, spiteful, edgy stuff. Heck, just today I heard a kid's mouth was bleeding because he got hit by a stick by another kid. So, I'm not surprised if anything that happens in this show. It's a possibility. As if you can think it, there's a possibility someone out there already tried it. Is all I'm saying. It can't be like superpower or anything like that, but any kind of terrible thing that you can do to someone. I bet you someone out there, no matter what age or gender, have already done it or tried it. So, first I was thinking, that can't happen. That's just going overboard. Then I thought about it. It's a possibility. Never underestimate how far mankind can go, whether it's for good or for bad. You'll be surprised. It is exactly what I got with Hanajima. Okay? She grew up with these powers, but there's no really explanation of the powers. Were they supernatural or were they scientific? I'm going more with supernatural. It depends if her wave power has anything to do with like censoring, as in like wavelengths through the brain. That could be it. Because the person that was bullying her really hard, he just went unconscious. Okay? That could be scientific, but then the parent lost consciousness as well. Then, like, there's no way wavelengths like that can travel and connect to someone else, like a virus or something. That's impossible. So it wasn't scientific. It probably is supernatural after all. But where did it come from? How did she get it? Do anybody else have these kind of powers? It can't just be her. That's just too weird. But, hey, that's just how it is. I guess the writer didn't want to go too deep into it, but it'll be very interesting if they ever did. But unfortunately, no. They already did a sequel to the series, and people thought it was okay. I'm getting sidetracked here. Now, the bullying part, I thought it was overboard. But then, probably not. Kids will make fun of you over littlest things. It's possible. The thing I didn't understand is what they were doing that to that girl. Gotcha, guys. First of all, I don't know. I guess it's because where I grew up from. You grew up from places in the east, south, southeast, whatever you want to call it. There's no way any guy in that classroom would let what happened to that girl get away with it. There is no way at all. I'm telling you right now, when I was in school and there'll be some guy trying to bully some girl, I'll tell you right now, the bigger dudes, the more distinguished gentlemen in the classroom, like even if the bullies themselves had this rule of not to bully other girls like that, especially getting up on them like that. Playing around, horsing around, getting on their nerves is one thing, but that kind of violence was not accepted. I mean, like, I seen some people got beat down when they try to do stuff like that. Like, it won't be. Sometimes it'll be in public, sometimes it'll be on the bus, sometimes it'll be in the stairs. As they're walking their way to the next classroom, they'll be waiting there because they know their schedule. That one kid who thought he's hot shit, he's bullying some girl, walking down the stairs, you see like 4 or 5 guys just waiting for him, wailing on him. I was there too. Anyways, so, and the other thing was the rumor spreading was kind of ridiculous. Like, one thing I never understood in Japanese anime is where someone transfers schools and all these crazy rumors about what they did in the previous school catches up on them. I've never seen that happen. I've transferred to a lot of schools, and some crazy things happened to me too in school. But no one should ever follow me. Most people didn't know nothing about me unless I see them in the past, but that's it. Other than that, I never said how in anime where someone transfers schools and all of a sudden these crazy rumors come out of nowhere. That was the most unrealistic thing. I don't like it when anime does that because it doesn't make any sense. I've never seen that ever. Who knows? Probably some other schools, but I transferred to my fair share of schools. I went to 3 high schools, 1 middle school, and let's see. I'm trying to count how many elementary schools I went to. Montclair, Park, okay, four elementaries, 1 middle school, and 3 high schools. So I got around. Never had any rumors about me or anybody else that transferred a lot. Some people transferred more than I did and didn't get these kind of rumors. So that's the only thing I guess I will call out is the ridiculousness of rumor spreading, even when you're at a different school. Like something that happened to you in elementary school doesn't really catch up with you like that. It really doesn't, especially when social media wasn't even that big back then. I understand social media was big back then. You were on social media as a kid, and then it catches up to you. Okay. But when it came to this, nah. Everything else I kind of agree with the constant bullying and stuff like that. But people just sit there and watch, and how people will just blame her if anything bad happens. Like, come on. She was too guiding for her own good. She won't use her powers for our own pleasure, of course. And it was very strange how she just took it all in, you know? But that can only go so far. It could have gone both ways. If she compressed her depression that long, it could have went when she took drugs. She could have taken her own life, or 2, it would explode and she would just attack everyone. A very powerful shockwave through her mind mentally to affect everyone in the entire school. That could have happened. Luckily, Toru was there. You know, she'll find this one guiding light. And once again, I thought this was far-fetched too. Like, there's no way if all the people you meet, Toru and her friend was the only nice ones ever. I was thinking that at first, and then I realized that too is possible. There are people I've known that only had one good friend, and because they're extremely socially awkward. So once again, I answered my own questions. So it's a possibility what happened with Hanajima is happening to a lot of people right now as we speak. Will it ever end? Unfortunately, no. Like I said, you gotta accept everything with mankind, the good and the bad. You gotta accept that they're capable of the goodest things, and you gotta accept that they're capable of the baddest things as well. It's for you to keep an open mind. So when I see something bad happen on the news or something, and people are like, how can police want to do that? I'm like, because they're human. Humans are capable. We have this thing called free will, and free will can go both ways, up and down, left and right, you know? And so there's a possibility for that happening. But she found her 2 friends in the world. And it's something I learned from Noragami. How Yato was saying how everyone wants to have all these friends and be popular. But at the end of the day, you just need that one good friend. That one good friend. Luckily for Hajime, she has 2 good friends. And her friends grow. Of course, she even has the loving brother who's there just to comfort her. As long as she wants to. So, her friendship grew over the years. It's nice to see that happening, you know. And she couldn't keep blaming herself for things that happened because it could have been her powers, or it could have been just something else, just pure coincidence. You'll be shocked how coincidence can make things happen. It's very shocking. But nonetheless, she learned to mature herself. She learned to compress her negative feelings and thoughts to the point where she can even read minds. But I understand she can read minds, but the fact that everyone in the park was thinking something negative, that is some bull right there, man. I'd be seeing some happy people. I guess it's just her. I guess the writer wanted to write a story. And sometimes you have to be a bit over-exaggerative in order to write a very interesting story. Even if it doesn't make any sense sometimes. Like, there's no way where she wanted to, all she wrote was negative thoughts, except for from her family. That has to be impossible, that's all I'm saying. But that's the point of it being fictional, you know? It's for you to have these kind of scenarios that are unrealistic, but yet intriguing at the same time. A good eye-opener, you could say. So both sides, I think everyone's background is very interesting. Seeing someone who's completely like Toru, you'll be surprised there are people out there who are just like Toru. Actually, I knew one person in middle school and high school, and I even seen him in my college before when I was going to college. There are people out there who are just like Toru. And you'll be surprised who they are. So anyways, That's what I got for this video. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. I did too. Hajime is one of my favorite characters. I like the way she acts out calm, cold, and collective, and she can be funny in her own kind of way. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed Fruits Baskets. If you enjoy this channel and like my content, like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. This has been Madcrown on Anime. Signing out.